This week on The Snack, off campus, the Summer House reunion, and the New York Knicks.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Big TV week.
Here we are
this week.
from across the country. Do you like my parted slick back?
I'm very
Rayna.
jealous. I can't do it with hair extensions. I'm very jealous. I love the look so much.
No, I'm like not gassing myself up. I wanted to ask you, have you seen the term partless slick back?
Also known as a ponytail?
A ponytail. I cannot with these rebranding. I guess like Kylie Jenner is like at the helm of this, but I've been seeing this. Do you like my partless slick back? Partless slick back. That's a ponytail.
So my hairdresser, Mary Kate, she does a lot of interviews for like Glamour and Cosmo about like hair trends every year. And she was saying to me, like, every year they ask me like, what are the trends for winter? And she's like, people go darker in the winter. That's the trend. And she's like, but every year I'm tasked with having to like come up with a new name for it. Like,
name.
Yeah, she's like smoky brown. Like she's like, I don't know what else to say about this. And it's like a partless slick back is hysterical.
Partless slick back is insane. I mean, I'm here for this. This is entertaining to me. I think years ago we talked about the liquid brunette or some stupid rebrand, and all the comments were like, that's brown, that's brunette.
Exactly.
You guys get out of here with this.
They just need to find new ways to market to
fave.
people. I'm so jealous you can do that. You can't. If I put a bunch of oil in my hair and slicked it, you'd see all the hair extensions. So jealous.
Right. I feel like people
Still don't get it.
know you have hair extensions. I think people think you cut off your hair. But guys, she still has, I mean, just for the sake of transparency.
Well, we will also discuss this on Monday, so basically I chopped the existing extensions, but I still have the same extensions in. I just cut them short and I'm getting them replaced on Saturday, and I'm going to put more extensions in. I need volume. I have no hair.
Well, I think this is a big reveal. I think people are like, she cut her hair, she cut her extensions off. That's her hair.
Listen, the word extension is misleading. It's like fingering. Like, okay, people think like fingering. I grew up thinking like that was the only way to have an orgasm, when clearly it's not. I mean, no one has an orgasm from getting physically just jammed into. Extensions imply you are extending something. I'm not. I'm volumizing.
Volumizing. These are your volumizers.
Yeah.
You need to borrow some of Taylor Swift's bangs. I mean, people were mad we talked about her bangs.
You mean Travis Kelce's girlfriend?
Travis Kelce's girlfriend. We'll get to it. But at the end of the day, I wish I could have a bang that thick. If I had Taylor Swift's bangs, whether they're clip-on or not, that would be all my hair. If I had a bang that thick, that would be my whole head. So I'm just jealous.
People are going to get mad about everything. People have been, I'm not going to get into it, but people have been being really sensitive about stuff on the internet lately. And it's fine. You have a right to be mad about whatever you want to be mad about. You don't have a right to expect anybody to do anything about it. And it's okay. You could not like that we're talking about her bangs. But I'm not going to stop.
and she's beautiful, and we are going to ride for her in this episode. Okay, let's just thank our partners, and then we will get into it.
Okay, thank you to BetterHelp. Get 10% off at betterhelp.com/GGE.
And thank you to Every Year After. Watch Every Year After, streaming June 10th only on Prime Video. Okay, so we are going to kick it off with a family report. Lots of family news, lots of family values, family-friendly news this week. Do you want to kick it off?
So, yeah, Hooters has decided to rebrand as being family-friendly. And they said that they never switched from just being a neighborhood place, a beachside restaurant, a place of whimsy. Now they're rebranding. It's called Hooters, you guys. It's called Tits. You named your restaurant Tits.
It's literally a word for tits. Call it Tutors if you want, or make it all about owls. Turn this into a rainforest cafe. Do anything, but you can't call it titties and then be like, we're family friendly. Also, by the beach, the Hooters we would go to in Delaware for like special occasions, our friends turning 18 for one, was like off Route 13. It was off the highway in not the greatest part of town. Since when is it beachside?
It's not mainstream. They put those places in strip malls so you don't see people walk in there.
Yes, the quote. The fast food chain, this is from the article, the fast food chain known for its waitresses or Hooters girls who serve food dressed in revealing outfits is working to establish its brand as a neighborhood place, CEO Neil Kiefer told People. Kiefer defined Hooters as a beach-themed place centered around the Hooters girls, good food, and being an easy place to relax. Okay, beach-themed, I get it. That's like a Margaritaville. I can support a beach theme, but it's not giving beach theme to me. It's giving flyover state vibes.
Beach theme. It's just it's like calling Fridays beach themed. I mean, it's just not.
Whoa. Okay, just relax on the Fridays slander.
Do you think Fridays is beach theme?
Friday signifies a good time.
No, I'm saying it's not beach themed. It's like calling Chili's American themed. It's just not.
I think they're trying to pull off a Margaritaville or a Senior Frogs. That's what they're trying to do. You can't call it Hooters. I think call it Tutors. Like I said, just
Isn't
one letter
Tutors
change.
Tutors means to fart.
So in my day, Tutors were the test tube shots that we would carry around when we cocktail waitress when I was the Rusty Rudder. The worst cocktail waitress they've ever seen. We would carry around, they were called Tudor racks. There's different words. I'm just saying you can't name it after tits and say you're family friendly. We have to start there.
They're like, you guys don't get it. You're actually stupid. We called this knockers and you guys are actually dumb. And I think women and children should come here.
We call this knockers. I support knockers. They're like, what? Like, it's because you knock on the door to get in.
Even nipples would be more like gender inclusive than Hooters. Like
nips is kind of fun. I like nips.
Yeah, I love it.
And everything's served in mini bottles. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Good luck to them. I don't really see that happening. Honestly, every other chain on earth is more family friendly than Hooters. I can't think of one chain on earth. Even BJ's. Even what's that one where what's that one where they're mean to you? It's called like Rusty Dicks or something.
It's all Krabby Dicks. Krabby Dicks. That's so funny. Krabby Dicks is more family friendly than Hooters, and that's fine. You know.
I thought it was Rusty Dicks, which sounds crazy.
Right, you're gonna die. Krabby Dicks. So Krabby Dicks is only in Delaware, but it says at the top of it, Krabby Dicks has been voted #1 family friendly restaurant in Delaware. World famous.
You called it, first of all, Krabby, it sounds like an STD. Dicks, you named it after the male genitalia. And everything in Delaware is #1. Of course, it's the #1 family friendly
It's world
restaurant.
famous. Okay, where are they mean to you? Okay, sorry. It says Dick's Last Resort. This is a premier chain designed for intentionally rude service insults. Las Vegas, Orlando, New Orleans, Gatlinburg, and Myrtle Beach. Those all track. Dick's Last Resort, yes, putting the FU in fun. And they are mean to you. I love this, honestly. Sometimes, I mean, honestly, you could also just go to a Zara in New York City and
actually,
get the
that's what I was going to interrupt you. It's the direct pipeline from Krabby Dicks directly into Zara. It is an immediate pipeline. This is what you do in high school and college, and the adults from those places go to Zara. I was going to let you finish your sentence.
I want to walk back Krabby Dicks in Delaware. They're not mean to you as far as I know. It is family friendly, #1 rated. So Dick's Last Resort is where you guys need to go if you want to be abused by the staff.
Yeah, okay. So good luck, Hooters, to your rebrand to nipples. You can feel free to take that, or knockers, or fun bags, or whatever you want to call them.
Okay, so next in the family report, Donald Trump skips his own son's wedding. Which one?
Don Jr.
Butthead of Beavis and Butthead.
He got married to Bettina in the Bahamas, and Donald Trump was asked, will you be going to your son's wedding? Who would even think to ask a father if they were going to their son's wedding? Honestly, I mean, the things that Donald Trump is willing to do, I mean, this seems pretty low on the list. I mean, and his responses went as follows. He would like me to go. I'm going to try. This is not good timing for me. I have a thing called Iran and other things. He really thought he ate down with that. He thought that people were going to be like, what a king.
Then he said, I've known him for a long time. So he always fumbles his words. And I guess you could say he may be talking about the wife or the fiance at the time, like Bettina. But the way he says it isn't he's known his son for a long time. It was totally insane. I mean, he doesn't know what he's saying. He's completely incoherent. He's sundown at all times. He hates his son. He hates his family. He hates himself. Like, obviously he's not going. And I saw a theory that he can't get into the Bahamas because he's a felon. And I think that's been disproved. But that was my favorite theory, that the Bahamas won't let in a convicted felon, which is him, who is the president of the United States. But I don't think that's accurate, but I'm going to run with it, that he actually couldn't get in. He couldn't get into his son's wedding. And maybe his son actually had it in the Bahamas because he couldn't get in. But I don't think that's true. So
that's the truth. I'm sure that's the truth. Also, his next choice of words, insane. If I do attend, I get killed. That's an insane thing to say in tandem with the war that you started against, everybody's will. And if I don't attend, I get killed by the fake news. I mean, this is the thing you decided to stand on business about. He was like, you don't know ball. I got to stay at the White House and do Iran.
There was some stuff going down, I guess. They J.D. Vance came in and I don't know. I mean, whatever. Everything, it's the apocalypse every day. So who knows what's going on. But
it's just,
I think he did have some big stuff to handle.
Crazy. I mean, he doesn't care. He could handle that from the parking lot of a Wendy's for all he cares. He could have just handled it from the Bahamas. This, he's like, I am going to do the right thing for the American people now and ignore my children who I don't care about anyways.
Again, it's like if he wasn't the president, this would be hilarious. I mean, when you read the transcript of anybody talking about attending their child's wedding and the language used, you're like, this is an insane response.
I mean, you and I talk about this all the time. If this wasn't the president, this would be the funniest person alive. I've been laughing all morning about this. I've known him for a long time. Your son?
I've known him for a long time. He's like, I wish I didn't, but unfortunately, that's my son. Can you imagine marrying one of those brothers? Oh, my God.
Oh, so disgusting.
Well, speaking of his family and on a more serious, just maddening note, the IRS is dropping audits of Trump and his family.
When you say dropping, you mean letting go of it.
They can't audit him. So I'll explain. The Justice Department has granted President Trump, his family, and businesses immunity from ongoing inquiries into their taxes, a potentially lucrative arrangement that could shield the president from significant financial liability. So he was suing the IRS, and in this settlement deal, which also created the $1.8 billion slush fund that he was going to use for the insurrectionists of January 6th, among other things, his allies, he also stuck in this provision that it said the government would be forever barred and precluded from prosecuting or pursuing pending tax claims against Mr. Trump, his family members, and businesses, which is just absolutely illegal. I mean, this is everything our government, our Constitution is supposed to stand for. We should all be protesting this. Every single person in Congress knows that this is wrong. I mean, these spineless Republicans who will just allow this to happen, they know it's wrong. And it just goes to show how much of our legal system this man has eroded over the past decade to even allow this to happen. I mean, this is insane. You can get audited. I can get audited. Your friends, your family, anyone can get audited except the president and his family. That should enrage anyone. And if it doesn't, you're just completely unintelligent, or you're in a cult, or both. I mean, this is unbelievable. He's robbing the country in so many ways. He's stealing your tax dollars for his personal gain, for his family and his friends on so many different levels. Everyone should be outraged. We pay so much money in taxes. This basically says they don't have to pay their taxes, because if they can't get audited, then they're not able to be held accountable.
And it's why should I have to pay taxes?
Exactly.
I have significantly less money and significantly less investments, and I have a more vested interest in it. Would materially help me to not pay taxes. Why do I have to do this? I didn't even vote for this person. It should enrage you.
Yeah, it should enrage everybody. Why do you have to pay your taxes? You could get audited for the smallest infraction, but the president and all his family and all of his just scammy businesses, the people that owe so much money. I mean, he owes so much money already. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, can't investigate it.
He promised he was going to do all this, so.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing this his whole career. He's just, I can't believe what our country and our Congress is like allowing to happen. Obviously, there's people speaking out about this, and I think they are dismantling that slush fund. I don't know, like the current status of it, but this is just unbelievable, totally illegal, and it's just so unfair. Like our tax rules and enforcement framework has to apply to everybody. The president's not an exclusion. Like I don't even have the words for this.
You know, it's just important. Ashley and I, we want to joke around about this stuff. It is important to make jokes, and this is a fun show, but also to not lighten it up to the point that we forget what's actually happening. And so, we always want to see both sides of the coin here.
I mean, where's the law and order crowd on this? This man is robbing the country blind.
Okay, well, let's talk about the New York Knicks.
You know what's so funny, Rayna? Like, I forget they're called the Knickerbockers. And, like, Bobby Westside wrote something about the Bockers, or the way he said it. I was like, that's very funny. Obviously,
I forget, too.
Every person says the Knicks, obviously. But the Knickerbockers really makes me laugh.
What is a Knickerbocker? Do you know?
Is it a pant?
A pant? Like pantaloons? They named a team after pants?
The Knickerbockers traces back to the style of pants worn by original Dutch settlers in the 1600s. It became a nickname for New Yorkers in general.
Got it. Okay.
The team was founded in 1946 and is one of the only two original NBA franchises alongside the Celtics still remaining in its original city. Interesting. Okay. So the Knicks won semifinals. They are going to the finals. They will play the San Antonio Spurs or the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we may not know until Saturday, which is Game 7, who they will play. So by the time this airs, we won't know, but the Knicks are going to be in the finals. And it really looked like New York was electric. You are there now.
It's so fun here. It's like so fun. And like the bars have been so fun, and it's just been like, anytime, your city's doing well. And I'm not a basketball fan, but I didn't grow up with basketball. Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team. And I went to Indiana University, which is a real basketball school, but Bobby Knight was gone by the time I got there. And so basketball's not like in my wheelhouse really, but it is fun to just be around. And I am enjoying all the content coming out about which celebrities are sitting courtside. And I love just watching like Timo and Kylie just like sweet and be cute. Oh, it's not for you. You don't like it.
I just don't I don't know.
To give you that.
I don't feel the same way about them that I used to.
Really? Did something happen?
A little bit. I just, in general, I just feel like I don't know. I don't think of him the same way. I don't know how to describe it. He's just this like cocky bro to me now.
I mean, she's the magic for me. No, I don't care about him. Like, she's the magic for me. Like, watching her look so happy and be so cute and silly courtside, and like, you could sub in anybody. It's just cute to me.
They're still cute. I just don't like. He kind of will. He icks me a little bit, but
that's okay.
I'm happy for them. So yes, a lot of celebs were courtside, and then Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift went to Game 4 in Cleveland.
Okay, so as they're like courtside of the Cavs game, my whole feed is this, and then you start hearing like the ESPN announcers talk about how Travis Kelce is at the game, and they are refusing to say Taylor Swift's name. And the first time it really caught me off guard. So Mike Breen is one of the announcers, and he says Travis Kelce and his fiance are at the game, and I just was like, wait, what? And then the next announcer, Richard Jefferson, jumps in as Travis Kelce and his girlfriend are in the building. That's always great to see, and it is so. I mean, it was clearly on purpose. It's very strange to me. Like, this guy thought he was going to, like, insult Taylor Swift, eat down with that. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's like saying Jay-Z and his wife. It's so ridiculous. Yes. And this was meant as a dig to her and a slight. And you guys look so stupid doing this. Like, you think you're going to insult Taylor Swift this way by reducing her to this. And by the way, she doesn't care. She knows exactly who she is. And she's like, you want to call me this man's girlfriend? This guy, you won't say my name. Like, don't you find that so insane?
I do. I think it's so lame because it comes across misogynistic. I do like calling Travis Kelce Taylor Swift's fiance, though.
Yeah, of course.
From the other
punch
end.
Down on men.
Exactly. So I just want to clear that up. But yeah, it's just purposeful to like make a dig at a woman. No, it's gross.
Also, he is her fiance. He's not the most famous athlete alive. She is actually the most famous musician alive.
I mean, but in a sports setting, he is more famous.
He's
like
the
that's why
athlete.
they went that route. You know what I mean? He's the athlete in the room. It doesn't matter. It was still just like, what's the point of this?
So I want you to talk about the next thing. So she really showed up to support him as his girlfriend. I mean, she was giving girlfriend, fiance energy in a way that like, she just looks like just one of the girls.
Yeah, so some people might know this, some people may not, that the Kelceys are from Cleveland. So I think people just associate them with Kansas City or Philly. They're from Cleveland. They grew up not too far from the basketball stadium, Cavs fans, at least Travis is. So this is like a hometown game for him. And he's excited. So the cameras come on them and he stands up and chugs a beer in an interesting way. He pours it into his mouth. He doesn't put his mouth on the lip of the can. He just chugs this beer. Taylor's sitting there like, oh my God. But I will say, she's like playfully embarrassed. She's like,
I didn't think she seemed embarrassed. I thought she was like, that's my guy.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, that's my man. But she kind of, has her head down. Like, I saw these headlines of like, he did this horrific thing and she was so embarrassed. And I mean, it brought me right back to when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and he, in his speech after, did the like, Viva Las Vegas. And remember, he did it like too many times and I was like cringing. And I do think she looked a little embarrassed then. But this is just who he is. Like, I am not attracted to this at all. This is not for me, but that doesn't matter. He's a Kelce brother. They're going to chug some beer and pound their chest and act like a frat bro. And they're also going to respect women. So let him cook. If this is what he wants to do, he's having fun. They're having fun. Like, if you're having fun, I support it. Like, if he's going to do that cringy bro stuff, it's just like, who cares? I don't know. We're being entertained. We're talking about it. She's going to do her like playful embarrass, but they're in love and they just love to party. Taylor Swift always has a drink in hand, sloshing around, dancing in the front row at any award show. Like, I like to see them having fun. And like, what I don't like is like kind of the energy we saw from Amanda and West, which he was standing up at some sporting event, yelling and screaming and being all bro-y. Again, not for me. And she looked like very embarrassed, pulling him down. It wasn't like, that's my man kind of energy. And so I don't know. I just think let him cook.
That's why I love them as a couple. I mean,
Yeah.
This is the most famous musician alive. And she's like, my man is standing up there chugging a beer like a frat bro. And I don't care. It's not that deep. Like, if he's having fun, he's excited, he's at his courtside game, like, let him cook. Like, I love them as a couple because they're just not going to be embarrassed about this. And she could take herself as seriously as she would like to. She could say, I'm the biggest, baddest, most important person, and I can't be associated with this type of behavior. But she's just like, look at him go. He's having fun. That's why I like them as a couple. It just makes me laugh. And yeah, it would embarrass me if my man was just standing there pouring a beer into his mouth. But like, I don't know, if my man was Travis Kelce also, I'd be like, whatever he wants to do, it's fine by me. Like, he's just like, look at my girl. She does corny stuff too. He loves it. He loves everything she does and the way she is. And they publicly support themselves. And he could also be like, I'm an athlete. I take myself so seriously. They're fun to watch, man. When I was watching her watch him chug a beer, I was like, this just looks like a college couple, just courtside having fun.
There's like this part of me that is like, wants to crawl into the floor. And there's this part of me that's like, I love to chug a beer. I used to chug a beer for attention. Like, we used to, any beer chugging contest, we would send my brother up to. I mean, Matt just can one gulp. It's pretty insane to see. Like, if that's your talent, you should show it off. That used to be my talent. I would grab a beer funnel, just laying around at a party and hold it up myself and fucking chug a beer. So it's like, if you have that skill set, just show it off on national TV during Game 4 of the playoffs. Why not?
I can really open my throat up, man. I can like really take down a beer. Mostly like a beer bong though. Like, just straight out of a can harder. If I'm sucking just out of a tube though, I could really open that throat up.
I can't do it anymore, and I will admit that. Remember, we tried to do it in Chicago at that EatsCon show years ago, and it'd been so long since I'd been challenged to chug a beer, and I just can't do it like I used to.
No,
and the very first time, I remember, it was summer of '99, and I was sophomore, going to be a junior. We were at these senior girls' house in Dewey. They had a house like after they graduated, and that was the first time I did like a beer bong, like a beer funnel, and I did it over the tub, and it just went right down. People were like, oh my God, Ashley, like people were like, oh my God, you're so good at this. I was like, I'll do this forever. Like I was like, I will do this the rest of my high school and college career to show off. And so I always will support a beer chug.
I love it.
Okay, one final question for you about Travis and Taylor at the game. Was he asleep at one point, or was he like joking?
I think he was just like nuzzling into her a little bit.
He didn't fall asleep
at a Cavs game.
He fell asleep drunk after all those beers.
No, come on.
Okay, so Travis Kelce was not asleep at the Cavs game. Well, a photo of him resting his head on Taylor Swift's shoulder during game 3? I thought it was game 4. Oh, sorry, that's my bad, guys. He was simply playing along for the cameras. Okay,
I think
because
they
were losing. Okay, because their loss was imminent. Okay, got it. I just saw these photos and I figured it was something playful, but just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, well, we are gonna get into some college stuff in a moment, but we're just going to thank our partners really quickly and then get right into it.
Okay, I am telling you guys about Every Year After. I'm so excited to talk about this. This is based on the best-selling novel by Carly Fortune. It is going to be a new Prime original series, which follows Sam and Percy across 6 summers as they take a second chance at love that never really let go. So I read this book a few summers ago. I remember posting about it and everyone's like, I love that book so much. I really love Carly Fortune. I would say this is my favorite book from her. And it is so, so great. I mean, it's set at this lake. It really has that like lakeside summer nostalgia we all love so much, so feel good. And it really is this slow burn friends to lovers romance that will absolutely wreck you. I was just obsessed with this book. It sat with me for days afterwards. And if you love the book, the adaptation is really gorgeous. And if you haven't read it, you'll still love the show, obviously. So either or, but it doesn't start until June 10th. So read the book now or don't, whatever you guys want to do. But we really, really love this. And we're so excited that they're making it into a show. I cannot wait to see what they do with it. So you guys can check it out. Watch Every Year After. That is streaming June 10th only on Prime.
Okay, and this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I want to remind you guys that whatever you are going through, you don't have to go through it alone. And, I'm really lucky. I have incredible women in my life that I can turn to when things are really hard, whether it's love life or job stuff, or, I've been talking so much about like where I want to live, and I have amazing women in my life that can help me, but not everybody has that. And also professional help can really help. I think that sometimes I reach my max with the people around me, and professional help really helps. And you don't have to do things alone. It's really important to find somebody you can talk to and unpack these things with and set goals and try to unpack what you're feeling and what the path forward is. So BetterHelp can really help. Quality therapists are on their platform. They work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. They'll do the initial matching for you. So you'll go on and talk about like what type of therapy you want to focus on, and they'll help you to suss out your needs. And with 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they will typically get it right at the first time. But if they don't, they will find you a new match. And they have over 30,000 therapists on the platform. It's the world's largest online therapy platform. You don't have to be on this journey alone. Find support and have someone with you in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/GGE. That's betterhelp.com/GGE.
Okay, off campus.
How excited are you?
Oh my God. Okay. So you guys have been telling us to watch this for weeks. It had been on my list. We were just really busy. So I finally got a chance to watch it. And I've been meaning every week when we have recorded this act to be like, guys, I promise I'm going to watch it. We're going to watch it. But Off Campus, it's sweeping the nation. This is a show also on Prime, which you guys know what else is on Prime. My comedy special, Here Comes the Bride. So make sure to watch them both. But Off Campus, Rayna, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think this is the most I have loved a show. And it has stuck with me since Normal People.
Whoa.
Okay. Normal People is my favorite show. Like, is that not crazy? Like, I think this is like my second favorite show.
Listen, I'm happy you found this.
Rayna doesn't like it, you guys. Rayna doesn't like it. You're more Ashley's friend. This is the most defining Ashley's friend, Rayna's friend, right here. Rayna's not a puck bunny. I'm a puck bunny, Rayna.
I'm a puck bunny, okay? For heated rivalry.
For heated rivalry. We're both puck bunnies, but in different ways. Obviously, we both loved heated rivalry, but I love this so deeply. So it is based on a series of books by L. Kennedy. So there are like 5 technically books in this series. They're all based on a different hockey player and their love interest. So this is like
this is straight book. Heated rivalry.
Yeah, no, it's similar, but in certain ways, but also not. You know, people comparing them, it's like just because it's hockey. I think Heated Rivalry is just a completely different theme. I mean, this show Off Campus is obviously a straight romance. I think all of the love stories, I haven't read all the books. I want to. They're all straight love stories. And so the premise, it takes place in this college in Boston. The star hockey player, Garrett Graham, he's played by Belmont Camelli. And the lead actress her name is Hannah Wells in the show. She's played by Ella Bright. He wants her to tutor him in exchange. He's going to pretend to be dating her to help her get the attention of her crush, who can only be described as Justin Bobby 2.0. Is that not Justin Bobby?
Actually, no. Today I had that immediate thought. That is Justin Bobby.
I first saw him on screen. I posted on Instagram stories, welcome back, Justin Bobby.
That's him.
And light spoilers ahead, I would say. I mean, if you don't want to hear anything about the show and you want to be surprised, you don't have to listen, but I promise there's not going to be some like major spoiler. I mean, you can see by any of the previews that, of course, feelings are going to develop between these two. It's, again, this tale as old as time. And then there are subplots with other characters. So I would say the first half of the show is really focused on Garrett and Hannah. And then the second half, there are some other characters as well. And then again, each season is going to be a different player, which I'm already upset about because I love Garrett Graham so deeply. Rayna, this is the horniest I've been for someone. I don't maybe ever. I am so horny for him. I think he is this phenomenal actor. I think they all are. I think Ella Bright is phenomenal too. But he is so sexy to me. Like I can't. I am like I shouldn't be watching this.
Well, he's 28. He's the actor's 28.
No, just like I should be thinking. I'm like a married woman. No, I'm kidding. I just think he's
so much pussy eating on this show. I mean, they are just constantly the men on the show just eating pussy. You love to see it.
It's really spicy. I mean, it is a hot show. I didn't know what to expect because I knew it was a lighter, more rom-com energy, unlike Heated Rivalry. And it started so hot and heavy. There's so much sexual tension. There's this longing that we love, this will they, won't they. You're like screaming at the TV, like, just tell her how you feel. And there's this scene in episode 4, if you know the scene, you know, like I was like biting the pillow. I was like, this is one of the hottest things I've seen.
Well, you know I like mutual masturbation. It's my favorite thing.
And then I will say in the second half of the season, it really takes a more serious turn. And it covers themes of childhood trauma, sexual assault, parental abuse. And they really dive into the friendships, like the friendships between the women and the guys and being vulnerable and like finding your purpose and finding your voice and figuring out what you want sexually. And just there's all these really great themes that they cover. And the friendship between Garrett and Logan, I just was loving how they were navigating the ups and downs and him sharing his trauma. I love this show so much. And I have a couple things, like, I don't know if you noticed this. So Belmont Camelli, the actor that plays Garrett Graham, he has the voice of Stephen DeMarco. Closing my eyes, I wouldn't be able to tell the two apart. Their voices are exactly the same. So I was like, he is Stephen DeMarco if he was hot and likable. I know you think Stephen DeMarco's hot. I don't. So I'm
not as hot
Garrett
as this
Graham.
guy.
And he also has that Heath Ledger flair to him. Like,
the hair
reminds me of Heath Ledger too. Yeah, with the hair and everything. But I screenshotted a couple things that Liz Moody, who we've had on the show, and she just is brilliant and always has the best takes of, she started watching it, and a few things that she wrote that I wanted to run by you and see what you thought of, like why we love this show, why I love this show so much, you don't. But she wrote...
Well, can I, before you tell me, I'm going to tell you what I think about the show, and then you're going to sell me on this show. Okay. I know you don't, listen, Ashley and I try to align on most things. It's okay if we don't like the same stuff. You hate Euphoria, and honestly, now I hate Euphoria, so now we're on the same team. But the first 3 episodes, actually the first episode, I was like, this is I'm so sorry, just the dumbest plot line I've ever seen. So this guy is drowning in pussy, right? This guy is an athlete. He's drowning in pussy. And he agrees to be her fake boyfriend so that she will tutor him in a class, a philosophy class? Is that what's happening here? The dialogue
because Euphoria is so much more realistic?
Yeah, it was.
Euphoria is a more realistic depiction of younger kids. Yeah. No, totally, I get it. It's just so, this would never happen.
I need more trauma, okay? Just let me have more trauma in my shows. I was like, this dialogue is not for me, and this acting and this fake college campus is not for me. I will say, I like the female lead more and more every episode. Oh, you know what I really hated was when she was playing the piano and like dancing around and twirling with the little scarf. I was just, it's not realistic enough for me. But I am coming around to it. Episode 4. I am coming back around. It's a little corny for me. It's a little corny.
Am I right? That is the whole premise. He agrees to be her fake boyfriend so that he can pass his class. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I figured you would feel this way. I mean, you don't like these shows. You didn't like Summer I Turned Pretty. You didn't like Sex Lives of College Girls or whatever. Not that you don't. You just didn't watch them. They're not your style. Like, I thought this might transcend that for you because it is just.
I want to ask you a question. Episode 4, do you feel like the tone of the show changed? Do you feel like it became less corny and more believable? Because episode 4, I was like, okay, we're doing more sex. The dialogue seems a little more realistic. These seem like more realistic relationships to me. There was like a real turn for me after episode 3.
Yeah, so I'm curious if you see it through, what you will think. It takes a turn for sure, and then it gets more serious and explores all those themes I mentioned. And there is probably a little less sex, like a little. Oh. There's still sex, and then there's some other people having sex. But that specific scene, you're not going to get it again. And like, I haven't really stopped thinking about it.
Okay, well, episode 4 starts with a montage of sex. And I was like, I think I'm into this now.
I think you should see it through. I mean, again, it kind of comes out of nowhere, this sexual assault storyline, the way that she's spoken on it, but the way they handle it, and then there was the abuse parent thing that I'm just like, man, it kind of comes out of nowhere because like you said, you have a little of that corny Shein on the first half of the season.
So like the second episode, these two bros like hop up on this table with these megaphones and like everyone's on the campus and they're like, we're having a party this weekend. I was like, this is so corny. And then I think they end episode 3 or starts episode 4 with her saying like, I have trouble orgasming because, I've had a past assault situation. And I was like, where did this come from? Okay, we have like a more serious plot line here I can take seriously.
Yeah. So Shashank started watching with me the second half, and I'm like, you really missed all this horny stuff that I'd love to recreate. But I think it's really great. I think the cast is smoking hot. Jesus Christ. I think the acting is really superb. So Ella Bright is 19. She was cast when she was just newly 18, and the rest of the cast is mid to late 20s. So a lot of people are discussing this age gap. I read an article from the director, and she was like talking about the sex scenes and how they really made sure everyone was comfortable. They had an intimacy coordinator at every turn and just really discussed like her comfort level being like the youngest person. But I wanted to read these quotes from Liz Moody because they really spoke to me. So she wrote, "Off campus is so effing refreshing because it's all about good people communicating well and behaving in rational ways. The drama doesn't come from people being needlessly mean or stupid or not having simple conversations. It comes from truly difficult life situations. I don't think it's a coincidence that the credits from director to writer all the way down for each episode feature almost all women." And then she writes, "I kindly request that every male podcasting bro and manosphere lover watch this show to see what modern masculinity can and should look like. Vulnerable, emotive, real, honest, with deep relationships with their friends and partner, and they can still be strong and do sports if they want, and crying and feeling only makes them hotter." And this really spoke to me because, again, it's fictional, but it's like we are over that whole like guys acting like shit. And like, I think this has made people even look at Summer I Turned Pretty in a different way. Like I saw a tweet last night that was like, after Off Campus, I am no longer Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah.
I've seen a lot of
like these guys are behaving well. They're dealing with their shit, but they're like communicating and being kind. It's refreshing.
I mean, I've said this for so many years. I'm so sick of books and movies and television shows glorifying this trope of this like emotionally avoidant guy, and this girl just like tries and tries and tries, and he like wakes up one day and decides to be with her. I hate it. And so you see all these athletes that actually just seem like nice guys that are in touch with their feelings, and like you're right, it's a nice representation of this. It's probably not going to be my favorite show, but it's like harmless and cute. And yes, the whole cast is so hot. Let me ask you a question. So our past assistants, Bella and Tessa, I don't think that they look alike, but the lead reminds me so much of both of them. I think she's just like the coolest, prettiest, like college girl. And she reminds me of both of them a little bit. Do you see it?
I do see it. A lot of these actors remind, especially us millennials, of other people. So I think actually the lead actress, Ella Bright, looks like Brooke Shields. I think that Allie, her friend, is Linda Cardellini. I couldn't believe it. I was like, she has to be Linda Cardellini's daughter. Like, they look so much alike to me. I think that Garrett Graham has that Heath Ledger vibe to him. And there's a lot of 80s, 90s, early 2000s nostalgia. So Lex Nico, who we love, who's a great friend of ours and a great follow, she does Conversation Starters, that's her brand. She posted a reel, we'll post it, about all of the nods to the 80s, 90s, 2000s rom-coms. I don't know if you've gotten to this part yet, but there's this part where she sings over the PA system when he's in the arena. I was like, that's 10 Things I Hate About You. That's when Heath Ledger put it on and sang at the soccer field. Like, there's these little 10 Things I Hate About You moments. This one moment, I clocked it immediately. Also, it's like she comes out and Garrett is standing against the car. It was just out of 16 Candles. Jake Ryan leaning up against the car. There's a couple other 16 Candles moments.
The 80s references are really interesting. The sister says, "What's your damage, Heather?" It's from the movie Heathers, which was the original Mean Girls. And I was like, oh my, the movie's from like 1985.
And then when she comes down at the Halloween party in the costume, it's this She's All That energy, like a reveal.
Yes.
Obviously, she's wearing an outfit that's like Mean Girls-esque. And there's this one scene where they're in the bathtub. I'm not going to tell you the characters. Two characters are in the bathtub. Okay. You aren't there yet. And she goes underneath the water when someone walks in and he's holding a vibrator. It's straight out of Friends when Joey like busts into the bathroom with Monica and Chandler. I mean, there's all these references. And if you guys go look, Lex Nico did a great reel, and then all the comments are people noticing other things. And so it really feels like that's one of the reasons why, especially millennials, obviously with Gen Z too, are loving this show so much. There's just some of that nostalgia. So I couldn't love it anymore. I started again. And
a lot of people are watching
I never do that. I typically don't. And I started again, and now I'm noticing stuff. I've only watched the first episode again of stuff that like is callbacks to stuff I've seen. Like, I just obsessed with the show, and maybe Rayna will come around, but
maybe. Listen, I can still appreciate why other people appreciate something if it's not going to be for me. Did you rewatch Heated Rivalry?
No.
No. Okay.
I know a lot of people the same type of obsession that I'm seeing with same as Heated Rivalry, where people like just finished it and started it right over, and a lot of the same people are saying that they did. I may rewatch Heated Rivalry at some point. I loved it, but this is like more my style.
All right, well, there's a ton of stuff to watch this week. Maybe we'll unpack it another time, but obviously The City came out. The Crash on Netflix is fantastic. Euphoria, who cares? Whatever. Fuck that show.
And I wanted to add one in. Pop Culture Jeopardy on Netflix, hosted by Colin Jost. I'm obsessed with this show, and my husband's cousins, Anita and Erica, they were at our wedding, and I've spent time with them. They are on episodes 7 and 8, and they might be on future episodes too. I'm unclear. But the show is amazing, right? You got to get into it. It's all stuff that we would crush this show. It's on Netflix. So it's like Jeopardy, but for pop culture. I mean, I like know all these answers. Like I know so many things. I mean, there's Bravo categories. There's Sex and the City stuff. I mean, you would crush all the Bravo stuff. But anyway, if you guys are watching this, my cousins-in-law are Anita and Erica. Their team name is Snake Juice No Pulp, and they are on episodes 7 and 8. And Shashank went to the taping, and we teased this months ago because he was cooking for us all during an Eagles game, and he came in so late to make those birria tacos, and I was like, he was doing something that I can't talk about, and this is what it was. So he wasn't able to talk about it, but he went to this taping and he said it was just so much fun to watch them crush it. And this show, I mean, it's just fun to play. It's fun to have on, especially if you're a millennial, and just seeing all the random stuff these teams know, you're like blown away. And then there's some stuff that there's a couple things that no one got the answer, and I'm like screaming at the TV. One of them, Cynthia Nixon comes up on the screen and she's like, in whatever episode of Sex and the City, these 6 words changed Miranda's outlook on dating forever. And I'm like,
why they don't know that?
Then no one got it.
That's crazy.
I was screaming, right? I was like, I couldn't believe it. No one got it. So there's like moments like that. And then there's other obscure stuff I don't know at all. But I think you and I would crush this show. And like there's 100%. A lot of Bravo stuff. And they have Andy Cohen come in and read some of the questions. And it's just such a fun watch. So anyway, and we got family on it. So check it out.
Put us in next season, coach. And then tonight, Ashley and I are going to take a break. We're going to watch the Summer House reunion, a.k.a. the Bravo Super Bowl. I mean, I have not been this excited since the Vanderpump reunion in 2022 in May. I have not been this excited in 4 years. This morning, West and Amanda were paparazzi'd in Rome, so they left the country for the occasion, and I would too. Honestly, I would be like, I cannot be a part of the American news cycle at this time.
This is going to go bad.
Cycle.
And I do feel like, and I wonder how I'll feel after I watch this, but like, I feel like we've seen it. I feel like we've seen quotes from so many people. We've seen spoilers. Like, I think you get a vibe for like what is going to happen tonight, but I am excited to see if we were right.
And it's 3 parts, right?
3 parts. Yes.
So 3 weeks. I don't know that we're going to do this every week because we're going to come back in tonight after we watch it and recap it. But we want to do this at least for the first one. So here is our recap.
What advice would Rihanna give you today?
You're a bad bitch. That's what's up.
Okay,
we are back. So
11 o'clock at night. This is
Rayna, the
insane.
dedication for you I am glad I was able to watch it earlier than YouTube TV wanted me to, but it's still, I had to watch it like 6:15 my time. So I'm here at 7:30. We're cooking dinner.
I would have been up. Listen, it would have been midnight and I would have been lit up from this reunion. So I just want to
well, take it away, sis.
I just want to say to you, like, I think this is my favorite reunion I've ever watched for a number of reasons in all the Bravo sphere.
Yeah.
I really felt like going into it, I said to you, I was like, we've seen all this. We've seen the leaks and we've seen the previews and like West is going to sit there and not talk and Amanda is going to sit there and be defensive. And I thought like we've seen it. But like, I thought that like everybody individually had the floor to speak. It wasn't a bunch of people that were screaming over each other, like chucking all these insults, yelling.
I know.
Like Lindsay Hubbard, I thought was going to annihilate people. She really was like very measured, intentional. Kyle didn't talk that much. Also, who's to say how much anybody talked? This was filmed over the course of 10 hours.
Yeah, but in general, this cast has more composure than Vanderpump. I mean, I just couldn't get down with that. Like, I got involved enough to watch the reunions for Vanderpump, and I was like, I can't handle this. My heart rate is spiked every time James Kennedy like lunges across the stage, but I am with you. I mean, I had adrenaline the whole time, like from the jump. I mean, the way that they came in and had them read the Instagram story in real time, like, and not adrenaline in like an excited way, just like what's going to happen. It just felt like I felt tense, and it was crazy hearing the leaked audio, like in the reunion. It was like seeing a band live after hearing their song on the radio. Like we'd heard it, but you just see it live, to see it in the context, like what a rush. Like to hear Mia drop that line about being the side piece, like I was like, oh shit, that's my jam. Like, that's how I felt. And I want to give you the floor completely, but I just had a couple notes. Like it was just crazy. The text, like seeing these lies unfold in real time. I really love Sierra and Mia's friendship and like them being neighbors, and it just like it makes me want to cry. I feel like Jessi was crying at some point over them. Maybe I could have been wrong, but I love them, and Mia, I feel for her. I think she's going to be a star, and I just love her and their friendship. And I had trouble focusing on any of the other storylines. I really don't care. But the seating was wild. Like with the exception of Ben, Amanda seated with the guys and Kyle with the girls. That was crazy work. Like more so Amanda being with all these dudes. Not that all of them are dogs, but like the way that they did that was so intentional. I mean, with the exception of Ben being hanging off the end. But I was like, oh my goodness.
I just thought, like, looking at the seating chart, I thought it was going to be a firing squad at Amanda. And, like, no one deserves that no matter what. And, like, it wasn't. I thought that, like, Mia used her time well. Lindsay used her time well. Like, Sierra is welcome to pop off as much as she wants. This is, like, a horrible thing. I was watching the last few minutes of the season finale before I started the reunion. And I wrote down this line because, like, Amanda and Sierra are crying before they leave the house. And Sierra's, like, hugging her. And she says, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're special and beautiful, you're important, and your voice matters. Like, it broke my heart to watch her speak like that to her friend, and her friend turns around and does that to her.
I know. I mean, while we're here, the finale, I mean, what the fuck? And of course, they went back in and edited that to be a certain type of way. I mean, they edited it with the goodbyes that they typically don't. Like, I was thinking, because a lot of people were like, this felt like a series finale. And I'm like, you know what? I think that they always have those types of goodbyes, but they just like kicked it up a notch and made it feel much more emotional and showed much more. That probably always happens, not Sierra and Amanda's moment, but like in general, they made this like farewell, emotional ending, but Sierra and Amanda, that hug in the doorway, and then people clocked she's wearing Paige's pajamas. Like, Paige is always gonna have her back. I was like, stop. I will cry right now. Rayna, people were setting that to music. Like, people were setting it to that, what you say? Like that song, and then Taylor Swift songs. Like, the music people were setting that hug to. But anyway, we're here to talk about the reunion.
I got clouded. I was writing down the quote for you, and like I was listening to the music over and over, and I was like, damn, that is like a real friendship. And most of these are reality TV casted friendships, but like these girls really were friends for a long time.
Sierra and Mia, like all on the same lounge chair, consoling Amanda, and she's like, "I know I'm a broken record, you guys, and I'm just so annoying." And they're like, "No, you're our friend." Like, it's crazy. It was crazy to watch this season, knowing how it played out. But I want to hear Rayna's takes on the reunion.
You keep saying that, and then I'm enjoying the conversation with you.
Okay, I know. I just want to
like Rayna, you take over.
I'm hungry.
I mean, I was really impressed by Kyle and Lindsay. I mean, I thought that Amanda and Wes basically did what you thought they were going to do. I don't know. It's hard to say, did Amanda get a bad edit on this? Was she apologetic and soft and warm and kind and like open to having like empathy? I mean, she just out of the gate, just defensive, deflect. Like, I didn't mean to do this. This just happens. People fall for other people. Like, it was so aggressive, and there wasn't an ounce of remorse or sadness, and she doesn't look visibly upset until Sierra starts talking about how West, one, had a girlfriend up until literally like a couple days before they released this joint statement, and two, that Sierra was sleeping at his house throughout the fall. That's when Amanda looks upset.
Right. I mean, let us not forget, they were at the Super Bowl. Sierra and West. Remember? And like Fibula and like a bunch of people in this year in February. Like, I'm not saying they were hooking up, but I mean, it's like I keep having to remember, like, this was a year ago, but then like what transpired after, even up until the beginning of this year. West I have like a visceral reaction to him, and he just is not doing himself any favors. The way he just looks so raggedy, and like he doesn't care, and he just looks so dazed and out of it. And like, are him and Amanda both on beta blockers? That's what everybody's saying. Like, they're not really present. Like, the vibes are so off. They should have handled this so much differently. Than they don't even seem like they're there, which maybe they're like disassociating because of the circumstances, but it's like, you guys are just not doing yourself any favors.
I mean, I think people, what they wanted from them was like, Tom Sandoval at the Vanderpump reunion sat there hysterically crying on stage, which was too much also. But like, at least he said with his whole chest, I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with Raquel. Like, that's why I did this. Amanda and Wes aren't saying that. They're alleging that they didn't even sleep together until after the statement came out. Get the fuck out of here. You put out a whole ass statement on Instagram. We're together, and you guys haven't fucked.
But they had to sit there, right, of course, but they also had to sit there and be like, I lied. That's the one credit I will give them, is owning up to being liars repeatedly to people that they care about, to their literal best friends and husbands. I lied. It's crazy.
Sure, I get it. You're like, I'm developing feelings. I have to lie about this now. I don't even know how to address this right now. But man, watching this was so crazy. I just thought, I will say, even when they took a break to talk about the other cast members, and there was a collective, no, please don't go to those people. I did think they used the time. I thought what KJ said was beautiful about his mental health and so sweet and open.
For sure. And I'm not laughing at that, but I was looking at beach houses for the summer.
Of course, everybody was.
You like, hey, do these dates work for you? Speaking of summer houses, how do you feel about July 19th?
I like that they used it to talk about KJ's mental health and his relationship with Sierra and Mia, which is so beautiful.
Yes.
And I have been thinking to myself, the way Ben speaks to women is cuckoo bananas crazy. And Bailey was like, I'm going to burn this room to the ground.
Whoa, yeah. She went off. I looked up from Airbnb and she was going off.
But they close it down with this like unbelievable like mic drop from Sierra. I wrote it down, and she's talking about like how like it probably wasn't going to work out with her and Wes, but she said, he needs someone who isn't going to check him, and that's Amanda. She's totally mute and weak, and he can always be the star in that relationship. And
the whole stage was she insulted Amanda, she insulted Wes, she insulted Kyle, she complimented herself. I have never seen somebody wrap up like just an entire feeling in like one sentiment and just like, I mean, she just like lit the whole stage on fire.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because it's like that is what Amanda thinks about herself, and we all know that. But Sierra has been the one to try to get her to think otherwise. Like this whole series, I mean, the Old Navy moment, let's not forget Old Navy, you know, and like her telling her like, you're stronger than this, you're better than this. It's like Amanda saying like, I am weak. I am nobody without Kyle. I let him walk over me. And Sierra being like, no, you don't have to be this way. Like trying to push her and motivate her and you know, get her to level up her life. And this happened, and Sierra, it's like she's reinforcing like, you are that person. And so I think it like, I hate to say a full circle moment because it was pretty bleak, but you watch Amanda be like, I am. That's who I am. And that's who I've always thought I am.
I felt sad for Amanda in that moment because I thought about this like 22-year-old girl that got cast on reality television that has only ever known reality TV. And there's this, I've always said like this reward system for bad behavior, and Kyle yelling at her, the way that they act together, they just get contracts and contracts every year to be on TV. And how could you ever be like a fully formed person? Like, it's sad. I have empathy for her. I understand how we get here with somebody like that.
Yeah. And you stabbed your best friend in the back.
Sure. Like
knowingly.
I like that, you know, what happened to you is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And you know, what she has gone through does not excuse that type of behavior, especially towards somebody that seems, to your point, to have always built her up and tried to negate those thoughts and feelings she has about herself.
Which is probably also Sierra being like, I've tried to fix you. I've tried to, you know, help you. And look where that got me.
It's insane. So I don't know. I enjoyed watching it because I don't want to watch people yell and scream and rip each other to shreds. And I thought everybody just like kept it in the box, and that was nice. Amanda and West were very married to this like timeline. Going to clear up the timeline. No one cares about this. You guys could have fucked last week or 6 months ago. You still did what you did to the people that you did it to, and you lied to everybody. And the timeline is sort of irrelevant to me at this point. Like, you guys cleared it up. You weren't having an affair when she was with Kyle. It's fine. You guys did something really shitty. The timeline is sort of irrelevant at this point.
I'm with you, but the TikTok sleuths are obsessed with the timeline. Like, the timeline is probably their whole personality at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 more parts. I don't really know what else we're going to get. I mean, I feel like we wrapped it up pretty good, but I look forward to the next 2.
Right. I know, it didn't feel like we have more. Like, it wasn't, they didn't really end us on a cliffhanger.
I mean, I could have just ended it right here. I don't know what else we need, but I mean, maybe they'll announce like the Summer House cast for this summer. Who's to say? All right. Well, if anything crazy happens, we'll talk to you guys about it next week. We're going to move on to headlines. Okay. So Jessi Draper was on the red carpet of the AMAs. She reveals her relationship status during, I guess, her date night with Marciano. Brunetti. Who cares what his last name was? Brunette?
Is this like a hard launch? Like, I can't believe this.
She made it known that this is not a hard launch, and so did he. She's like, we're not together. I'm single. I'm dating. He was like, I'm just here as a friend. And, you know, when she gets through her divorce, maybe he's touching her butt. They're all over each other. They insist that they are not together, but they are dates on the red carpet at the, I mean, I love to see it. I love to see a woman openly treating a man like men quietly treat women all the time.
That's so true. This is such a great role reversal. Good for her.
Okay, next up, this really took me by surprise. Shein
did it? No.
The face of fast fashion bought Everlane. So here's why this is really crazy. Everlane is really like a sustainability first, like the opposite of what Shein is, which is the most fast fashion that exists. Everlane really staked their claim in like sustainability.
Yeah, it's just like you can't trust anybody and you can't believe these brands, and you know, they really have to be investigated and held accountable when they make these claims, and it's all about money, and that's late stage capitalism, baby.
I mean, it's crazy, like, when you read, like, their mission statement, Everlane's just about, like, we're committed to, like, not overproduction, and we're committed to, you know, these limited edition drops and sustainability, and you're like, oh, this was just word salad and nonsense to sell shit.
Well, or it was at first, you know, like again, I didn't dive too deep into this, but you never know where things took a turn. I don't know if there was new management and that's how it started with all the best intentions and then it wasn't doing well and they got to sell the company. I mean, there's that too. It's like, this is what it used to be. And now we're not doing well anymore and everybody wants this fast fashion. So fuck it, we're going to sell. I don't know. Maybe that's.
I mean, I'm with you,
what
and I
happened,
think
but-
that as a business owner, you want to do whatever you can to, you know, help the lives of the people that work for you and make sure that they have jobs and an income. But like, this is the craziest sale to sell to the number one fast fashion company.
But it's like, okay, well, then we're not shopping them anymore. I mean, I never really. I think I wore Everlane. Like, how many?
They have some cutie stuff.
Like a couple. You said something about them recently when you were talking about Carolyn Bessette Kennedy and. People didn't know if you meant it as an insult or not. We got a few comments that were like, wait, I love Everlane. And we were like, we weren't saying any, it's nice basics and classics.
I would say J. Crew. I mean, it's great basics. I just mean like people acted like Carolyn Bessette was this like fashion icon. She just looks like she went to Everlane.
Yeah, so sorry if I don't have all the ins and outs of this. I'm just kind of like scanning. But yeah, I think people were shocked by this and it was like a fuck you for people who were shopping that brand for the so-called ethics of it. And lastly, the LA mayor race heads to primary day. So we have not really discussed this. I mean, we've mentioned Spencer Pratt in passing, but so here's the moment. The primary is going to be June 2nd, and the candidates that get the two highest votes will go to the general election in November. If one candidate receives more than 50% of the vote, they will be the mayor, which probably doesn't happen. If it could happen, it would be an incumbent mayor. I mean, there's a world in which Karen Bass or Spencer Pratt gets 51% of the vote, but probably not. So chances are it will probably be those two, and they will head to the election in November. I mean, I don't think there were great options here. I watched the whole debate. I've done my research on these candidates. This is my city. I am invested and involved. And I'm not a fan of Karen Bass for a lot of reasons. I mean, the fires, among other mismanagement on her track record. Nithya Raman doesn't really seem like she's up to the task. I think she contradicted herself a bit in the debate. I just don't think she's ready to be mayor. I agree with her on a lot of her policies, but not all. These are really the top three contenders. And then there's Spencer Pratt. And he's Spencer Pratt. I mean, he's abrasive. He's a bully. He's hot-headed. He's giving grifter. He's totally inexperienced. He makes some good points in wanting to like clean up the streets and do some things and clean up the corruption and the waste in the government. But you know who else said that is Elon Musk. And look what happened there. He ripped apart the government on behalf of the president who's actively stealing people's tax dollars for his own gain. So like, I don't disagree with all of Spencer Pratt says. I just don't believe he would know how to execute on his plans as mayor. I mean,
we can't hand people jobs that they're not qualified to do. You're talking about this.
Yeah.
One of the most important. Listen, every city is very important, blah, blah, blah. LA is, I would say, the second most important city in this country, the second largest. And is that bad to say?
It's one of the largest cities in the country, yeah.
No job in any field. I'm not getting surgery from a surgeon that hasn't gone to medical school. You can't hand jobs to people. You're going to run the city.
Listen, but I mean, you could say the same for lifelong politicians. You can't trust them either. I mean, who can you trust? It's just like, he is a showboater. He reminds me of Trump in a lot of ways. And Spencer Pratt wasn't like, I want to make a difference in my city. I'm running for city council. He was like, I'm going to be mayor, and if I don't win, I'm moving. Oh, you really love the city that much. I mean, you can interpret that how you want, but he's like, if I don't win mayor for the first time I'm going out into politics, I'm moving. Oh yeah, you really care about making a difference, or you would have run for city council. I saw a tweet that said white privilege is believing the mayor of LA is an entry-level position.
But that's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with being a trustworthy person. I don't think politicians are trustworthy. He has never held an office. He wasn't. Was he even like the parent-teacher president at his son's school? Like, what qualifies
Yeah, he's not even on the school board. Yeah, exactly. He's not qualified at all. It's like, that goes without saying. And like, you know, as far as his character, I mean, I've watched him in multiple interviews now because I think him being on a reality show 20 years ago is not an argument against him. I think we need better arguments against him. I've seen a lot of people out there that like, that's not a really solid argument, really. Like, let's actually talk about his character or his policies or his lack of experience. And he reminds me of Trump. We've seen this play out before, but he's gained a lot of popularity. People need to take him seriously. You know, like, this isn't a joke. Like, he may be going into the November election. Like, he has so many backers. Like, this is not a joke. So it's just like, you got to realize what he is playing into and why people are gravitating towards him. I mean, a multitude of reasons, and I'll follow, whatever, these Hollywood elites or whatever, they think it's going to benefit them in some way. But it's just like, he's in the running. So he needs to be spoken about.
I could not care less if he was on a reality TV show. But also, the president was on a reality TV show. So it clearly does not disqualify you from running for office.
There's similarities.
He's just not qualified. That would just automatically disqualify him for me. He has no idea what he's doing. And yes, the current sitting mayor, there's probably a lot of problems with her, and people disagree with her policies and things that she's done. But she's been the mayor.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I watched the debate, and this might sound crazy to say, I wouldn't mind Mayor Bass with Spencer Pratt mixed in there somewhere to hold her accountable. He is digging into a lot of the corruption and a lot of where the money's going. He's not fit to be mayor, and I really wouldn't want him in a place of power because of his character. But I'd like him holding her accountable. He held her accountable in the debate, so to me, like, I love LA. I love California. It is a dream to live here, truly. Like, we have our issues, but I choose our issues over the issues in a red state any day. That's my personal opinion. You're welcome to disagree. Like, I love it here. I'm invested in it. It's a dream to live here. And people who hate on it, a lot of them have never been here. They're hating from outside the club, or they've been here and they went to Hollywood, So it's just like, I feel so passionate. I get like territorial and defensive about LA, and I want the best for it. And, I'm not saying that he doesn't. I think he ran because his house burned down and he saw a lot of the cracks and he wants to fix those things. His intentions weren't wrong. But, to me, this is like a devil you don't know versus devil you do, or whatever the saying. And like, at this point, knowing what I know and the research I've done and watching the debate, it's like, I probably will vote for Karen Bass. Unfortunately, I wish the options were better. And, if Spencer Pratt is serious, then he should stick around and run again, or run for city council if he really wants to make a difference in LA politics.
I totally agree.
All right, guys. Well, that is your snack. So if you live in LA, go out and vote. I think you can probably vote now early, but June 2nd, and we'll see what happens. And thanks for being along on the ride. Girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat podcast, Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg, RaynaGreenberg.com for her tour tickets in the fall. Also, congrats, Rayna, your tour is over tonight, or it's last night.
I'm in Pittsburgh tonight, and that's it. We are shutting it down.
Oh my God, we didn't mention that up top, but I mean, I'm sure you're sold out. But congrats on ending your tour. Thanks. And I hope you guys all have fun tonight if you're at Rayna's Pittsburgh show, and RaynaGreenberg.com again for those tour tickets in the fall. And you can watch full video on Spotify and YouTube, and we will see you Monday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.